okay. I haven't done an update in a while. But yeah, I've done a lot of things. I think the last thing I said I was like, I did the interior, and I was doing the head gasket. Well, I got everything done. They cleaned the head. Not the best, I would say, because there's still carbon buildup in there. Didn't really give a shit to bring it back. I was like, whatever. Uh, Painted the front timing, or the top timing chain cover, and the cam covers. I'll show you that later. Basically, I'm just replacing every single gasket on the motor. So it's going to be fresh gaskets for the whole engine, new head gasket as well, and cleaning everything up. I'm in the process of taking the oil pan out, and on these cars, it's not two separate oil pans, it's just one big ass one. So you have to, someone said you have to lift the engine up to get it to clear. Yeah, so you have to lift the engine up, someone said, and I did that trying to make it clear, but also you have to like turn the crank at the same time. So instead of doing all that fancy jazz, I decided I'm just going to lift the whole engine and transmission forward to and lift it up and almost out of the car, because I have to take the transmission off it anyways. And if you look back here, the bell housing is probably the gap, and it's literally right now, it's like touching the foam stuff. So there's no way you can get your bolt or a wrench, on it to grab that bolt off. So at least from what I'm seeing, and it doesn't take me much time to do that, because all I have to do right now is take the transmission mounts off and take the mount is like 4 bolts, and the shift linkage and drive shaft off, and it should just like tilt a lot. So I'll do that. Interior wise, I didn't really do anything since that last video. I got the radio in, or from the other center console out. I'm gonna put that in so it looks complete. Didn't do the back thing yet, and I'll show you the valve covers. I painted it to match. Oh, I just painted it because this color, because I had this paint. That's fucked. I gotta redo that. Won't through with clear. But this is it. I don't know if you can see the color or not, but not the best finish. It was from a rattle can, but it is shiny. Same colors for that car. And this is done as well. What else? Woo. Yeah, my dumbass dropped the engine on the car. I went to salvage yard up in, where the hell was this? Like West Florida. I got a CLK55 motor. Don't know what I'm really gonna do with that. Might just throw it up on eBay and sell it, or if I find a car to put it in, put it in. And I got a manual from a C230 coupe. So this will bolt onto that bell housing, and I'm getting rid of this. Even though that's a stronger transmission, but I've read it's really hard to rebuild those if something might be wrong with it, which I hope not. But yeah, this one's from a 03 C230 coupe. Found it in, what was it, Fort Davie. So got that for really cheap. And yeah, while swapping these motors of the sand, I put that one on a tire, which was next to this car, and I thought it was somewhat unstable. I was whatever, if no one touches it, it's fine. And then my dumbass like tapped it, and it rolled over, slammed through the side of the car, and then that messed that up and did all this cool jazz. So I was very upset, but that is where I am right now. Today I'm gonna just see what I do about the transmission, because I want to get this thing working, and I'm gonna wrap it green. It's pretty cheap for the material, so that's what it's gonna be. Yeah, I want to get a little more detailed on the transmission too. So I got this is a 716-628. You can see there. It is not the highest torque, like holding one out of them, but whatever. I didn't plan, well, I wanted to turbocharge the car. I don't plan on beating on it hard, so I might still do it with this transmission. But I think it's a .668, that's the stronger one from the 02 model. And well, unfortunately I couldn't find one for this cheap because I got the whole entire thing, transmission, clutch, and flywheel, or the transmission, clutch, flywheel, and pressure plate for, I think it was like $290, but I had to pull myself clearly. So I didn't really mind. The only other thing is, this is a ring gear, or a flex plate with a ring gear on it with I don't know what these are called, timing, something for the timing. There's a name for it, I don't know right now. I knew it at a point in my life, but whatever. But okay, so this has to correlate with these, which it does not. So they're gonna have to, I'm gonna bring it to a machine shop and have them cut, I guess, to see if they could cut it off or cut new, timing windows. There it goes. Because, or modify the windows so that there's like a gap right here of 2 and a gap here of 2. And if they're put on the same way, they do not line up. So they either could, I guess, cut, what the fuck is it? There. Yeah, this window's here, and this window's here. So they could either cut and weld windows where there should be, or remove the whole entire ring. I don't know. The only thing is, I don't even know if this is correct, because this flex plate is from a 97 S class or 98. So I'm not sure if my car uses the same timing ring. So I'm taking the one off this car just to make sure, to bring it to a shop tomorrow and to have them modify it so I can put this in. Also gonna have to modify the linkage, and I need to go back to that yard and get the mount. I didn't take it with me, which was stupid, but is what it is. Won't do it again. So yep, that is where I am. That's some transmission information. Also, if anyone wanted to get a transmission, a manual on one of these motors, M113, M112, and any of the newer ones, I think the strongest one is from the C300 from 08 to 2011. If you can find a manual transmission from one of those, get that. And I think if I keep this, I might just get one of those for it, and maybe put it in like a 126, because I like those and I find them for cheap. Like there's some dude selling a green 300 SEL for like $800, and I was like, what? I need space. But yeah, that's where I am with this car, and I'll give you an update soon.